What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we've got to talk about the content that is going to be coming to College Football 25 Ultimate Team and how we need to be preparing for that. So tomorrow's drop, we're going to see the Heisman hopefuls drop in College Football 25 Ultimate Team, which is going to cause the Heisman hopefuls cards to go down in price. For example, Taj Brooks. He's gonna go down and he's gonna drop probably below 100,000 coins if I had to guess. I don't know what his exact price is gonna be, but he's gonna drop. Walter Nolan's gonna drop. Jabbar Muhammad's gonna drop. All of these cards that I'm talking about right now are going to drop in price. Same thing with Shanks. Same thing with Chris Paul Jr. Now, how do you guys prepare for this? Well, especially if you don't have team chemistries on cards, guys, you need to be selling these Heisman hopefuls cards. Now, if you do have team chemistries on cards, it makes things way more difficult. So, for example, Taj Brooks right now is my starting running back. I like Taj Brooks. Is he worth selling today and then buying back tomorrow? That's the question you have to ask. I don't necessarily know. Same thing with Walter Nolan. I do expect his price to go way down tomorrow. For Walter Nolan, I do believe his price is probably worth selling. But again, if you refund the team chemistry, that's 15,000 coins. And then after tax, you got to, account for that as well. Makes things super tough when it comes down to selling cards. Now, why do I think Taj Brooks is going to go down in price? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, I think Taj Brooks isn't as good as Kenneth Walker, and I think Kenneth Walker come Sunday is going to see a big time drop in price. As well as Jarquez Hunter came out yesterday, and I think he is just as good. So again, if you do not have team chemistries on cards, I would sell Taj Brooks. I would sell Walter Nolan. I would sell Jabbar Muhammad, all of those guys. For example, Jabbar Muhammad, I know for a fact that I don't have a team chemistry on him. Same thing with Jack Sawyer. If you have him, definitely get rid of him. But for example, I don't have a team chemistry on Jabbar Muhammad. So without a doubt, he is going to get sold today. The rest of my team, I don't know. It's kind of a tough situation because I do have team chemistries on cards. And so when I buy and sell them, you're talking about 15,000 off the top plus the auction house tax. It does make things super difficult. But like, for example, Jabbar Muhammad, he is for sure getting sold today. I like the card, but it just comes down to there's no way that he is going to be worth holding on to. You do know his price is going to drop heading into tomorrow. Some of the other guys that I got, Rondale Moore obviously is an LTD, so I'm not worried about him. But some of the other guys I got, like Chris Paul Jr., he's got an Oregon team chemistry on the card. But I do really like Chris Paul Jr., however, this card's price is probably going to drop a little bit. I don't know how much, 78,000 for a good middle linebacker. I don't know how much he's going to drop, but probably we'll see his price drop a little bit as well. Shanks, another card at the right tackle position. I like Shanks, but you're probably going to see his price drop as well. Now, let's talk specifically about Shanks. Now, if you have this card for 75,000 coins, again, I don't think it's going to drop a ton, but he's going to drop a little bit. The big thing for me is why would you run Shanks when this other 92 or 91 overall, I think, right tackle is in the game for barely more expensive? Like, it just, those are the types of things that you've got to account for, take into consideration when buying and selling cards. Francis Mauga is literally better than Shanks probably. Shanks might be a better pass protector, but overall, Francis is the better card, and he's 112,000 coins. And so those are the things you definitely have to consider. This season, it's just tough for me to buy and sell a bunch of different cards because I do have team chemistries on all of these cards. So I'm just probably going to have to, hold on to a lot of these cards. And it's one of the reasons I'm buying more of these LTDs and Rondale Moore and Dismuxes. Their prices aren't going to drop as much as some of these other cards. So obviously, I am a big fan of buying and selling cards, especially when, you know their prices are going to drop. And if you are a person that doesn't apply team chemistries, without a doubt, guys, definitely sell cards today. Ricky White III is one card I want to talk quite a bit about. Ricky White III, I feel like every week he gets released is like 120,000 coins. And then come that, next content drop, he goes way back up. And so he's a card I would definitely sell Ricky White III for 199 because tomorrow he's going to be 120. Even if you have a team chemistry on Ricky White III, he is one card that we have seen week in, week out, drops a ton in price. As far as a lot of these other cards, like Walter Nolan, we did see his price drop to 200. He's going to drop again. But it just comes down to, is it worth you guys if you have a team chemistry on him, taking the time to sell him or not. That's kind of what to consider with it. If you don't have team chemistries on these 90, 91 overalls, it's almost always going to be worth it to sell them and then obviously buy them back if you have to. But again, for me, it's just tough with the team chemistries in the game. So right now, if you do want to buy any cards, I do think these Stories of the Week cards are decent values right now. They're really solid values. They might drop a little bit more depending on the leaks that we do get tonight. But for example, a card that I'm looking at picking up is this new cornerback Pons. Now, with Pons coming out, he is undersized, but I play a lot more zone than I do man, and so he kind of fits what I'm wanting. For example, Francis Mauga for 107, perfect. McCoy for 127, perfect. These are cards that are super cheap that I believe are really, really, really solid options for you guys. So that's kind of just what to look at on both sides of the ball, on who to maybe target picking up today. Like I said, Francis is a really good pickup, and so maybe it's just hard because I can't keep buying and selling these cards. Otherwise, I'm going to lose a bunch of coins in the long run. So, I don't know. Team chemistries make things way more difficult. It's one of the reasons, like, if you play this game pretty casually, let's say, like, you don't even play Champs and Gauntlet, yes, the team chemistry helps out a ton, but I don't know if it's ultimately worth doing because every time you sell a card, you have to spend 15,000 coins, and that puts your squad in just kind of a really tough position. One other thing I do want to comment on, though, for you guys is this. I'm looking at the left guard position, and it's crazy how much this left guard is that came out the other day. He's an 89 overall left guard, and yes, he's a really good pass protector, but he is insanely priced, and that's this card right here. For 100,000 coins, I'm buying him because I haven't seen him get cheaper than 100,000 coins in quite some time. So we'll see. And if we see another left guard, he's obviously going to lose some value, but for 100,000 coins, I've got to upgrade that position personally. But Heisman hopefuls coming tomorrow. If I am you guys and you do not have team chemistry, sell all the guys. If you have Ricky White, sell him. If you have Muhammad, sell him. If you have Taj Brooks, sell him. All of these cards are going to lose value come tomorrow. We see it each and every week. And especially with Ricky White, guys, there is a chance we see a wide receiver come tomorrow. If we see a wide receiver tomorrow plus Ricky White, you're going to see his price go way, 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 way down. So be extremely careful if you have Ricky White because you could see his price be cut in literally half. If you have any of the rest of these cards, definitely, Rondale Moore is probably safe because he is an LTD. But if you have any of the rest of these cards, definitely is a good time to think about selling them. Jay Higgins going to go way down in price tomorrow as well. Same thing with Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer, Jay Higgins, Ricky White III are the three guys that I would target selling the most. Just because, again, I don't think that they are going to hold their value well whatsoever. If you have Jalen Milroe, last guy I want to talk about, his price is going to go way down as well. Supposedly, people are loving this card. I hated him. I hated the Milroe experience, but his price should go way, way, way down as well. So just some things to keep in the back of your mind and think about. If you have Milroe, you are taking a big risk by holding on to him when his price could maybe even be cut in half. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to sell my Jabbar Muhammad. The rest of the cards, since they do have team chemistries, are probably just going to have to be held on to. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.